What's up, people? I'm back with another video. For my new subscribers, welcome. How y'all doing? And for the return subscribers, welcome back. So the topic of this video is keeping things to myself. You know, we live out here in a crazy world, and there's a lot of judgmental people out here. They don't understand where you're coming from. And so when you feel like, when you talk to them, you feel like you and that person don't get anywhere because you guys are on two different paths, two different thought patterns, and you just feel like it's a waste of time to talk to that person. So I keep things to myself. I mean, those are one of the things that I keep to myself is just talking to people, dealing with folks, because folks don't. Because of what I know now, it's very hard to have a conversation with somebody because of the simple fact that they don't get it. They don't get it, and because they don't open up their mind, they won't ever get it. And so, those are some of the things that, when it comes to people, I refrain from talking to them, man. There's just no point in speaking to them. With family, same thing with family. I feel like I'm all alone in this because of what I know and what I allow to come into my brain. What I allow to process, what I deem to be my reality. What I deem to be my reality is me understanding the bigger picture of what's happening out here. And so as I sit with these thought patterns, I have to keep them to myself because it's unfortunate, man, but too much truth will get people killed, man. Or too much truth will get people in a bad situation. And there's so much truth that I know that's undeniable truth, and not just something I'm just talking about, that I just keep it to myself. Because it's going to be hard for people to understand that. Like, there's no, what's the word? Our minds are not going to meet together, me and those individuals, or like I said, me with family. Our minds are not going to meet because they're going to deflect. They're going to find ways to cast out what you're saying as your truth to deem it to not be true. And me, me doing what I know, I've been through what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I was once these people way, would shut off my brain and be like, "No, that's bullshit. I think you're selling me lies." But when you look around you and you open up your mind, really open up your mind, you start to thinking to yourself like, "Damn, this shit really is going on out here the way it is." And you wrestle with the idea in your mind like, how can I share it with the world? But then as you think about it, and as you have a clear understanding about it, you're like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Because if I let it out, or I talk to other people about this situation, if it isn't like-minded people like myself, it's gonna be hard to get through to them. You know what I'm saying? And so, those are some of the things I just have to keep to myself. When I'm stressed about something, or when I really want to have, when I want people to come to the table to have solutions about us getting out this system, you get people, you get people all around that just discredit you. So I don't even bring up these kind of conversations. I just keep it to myself because these people are just, I mean, they're people, but I really just believe they're mindless. Like, these people are comfortable in the state that they're in. And I'm not never comfortable, man. You know, yeah, I'm out here, I'm out here living like everybody else, but my mind frame is just completely different, y'all. It's just completely different than everybody else's. And I feel so trapped within myself because I feel like that I'm crazy. I feel like that whatever I'm thinking about is not the right idea, because I've been fed a lot of this other bullshit, and it brings these kind of altered thoughts in my mind to be like, is this how I should be living my life? Is what I'm doing a mistake? All that. I constantly wrestle with this in my head constantly, and I'm walking around out here functioning, and just knowing for a fact that this is the way we should be living, y'all. Like, I just truly believe that, Another thing that keep me from not saying a lot of stuff is because if I do, people can't control their emotions. People will be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because they be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't say nothing to them because I know for a fact what it could escalate to. My intuition is very, very strong, and I can feel the energy when somebody's off. When somebody has bad intentions, especially when you try to spread something that's already in the air, that's truthful, that not just coming from my mouth, but it's just all around you with actions with people. That folks who will really try to hurt you. They will try to do damaging things to you. And so I refrain from telling them. I refrain from, having these kind of conversations with them because there's no point in having them. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad because, that this world is like this, and this doesn't come from a place of, sadness. It comes from a place of frustration. I be frustrated a lot of times because I always ask myself, like, why do I always feel like I'm the only one alone in this whole thought pattern? And why do I, why am I wrestling with this? Why is it such a struggle for me to have this understanding as to why other folks, don't feel the same way I do, And so when I think about that constantly, and I want to say it to them, again, I refrain from saying anything. I keep it to myself. I just keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no point in putting it out there, I want to live like everybody else, but I also don't want to get harmed in the process. And so, yeah, y'all. Just want to make this quick video to share with y'all my thoughts and why I keep things to myself. And, yeah. So, with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, man. I mean, do I feel alone in this thought pattern, y'all? I mean, tell me, am I doing something wrong, or is my thought pattern backwards, or is it supposed to be following the trend like everybody else? Let me know down in the comments. All right. Until next video. I love y'all. Gone.